Hey, what's up guys? So for today's video, we're going to be going over the Kewl Tune deck that comes out in Phantom Revengers in a few weeks. I'm going to be introducing you guys to cards, as well as showing you a deck list, and yeah, so let's get into it. So Kewl Tune's a synchro based deck. They have 4 main deck monsters. Each of the Kewl Tune monsters share the same first effect. If this card in the field to be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. So it lets you synchro summon with guys in your hand. It says tuners in your hand, so also your tuner hand traps like Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, Ghost Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. Those type of cards can also be used as synchro material, so you get additional value from playing cards like those, which is pretty cool. The first card I want to go over is Kewl Tune Q, and all the Kewl Tunes are tuners. Q has the same first effect, but if Q is normal summon, you can special summon a tuner from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except tuners. So it does not lock you. It does not lock you out of using the effects of what you summon. So if you summon like a tuner like Diviner of the Herald, you can use the effect of Diviner of the Herald and it will resolve. Then if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can excavate the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, banish 1 excavated card, also place the other card on the top or the bottom. All the Kewl Tune main deck monsters have similar last effects. They have an effect that triggers when they're used as synchro material to let you do something. Q lets you do this. One of the other ones lets you pop a monster. One of the other ones lets you pop a spell and trap. And one of the other ones lets you banish a random card from your opponent's extra deck. The next card is Kewl Tune Mix, is a level 2, has the same first effect. If this card in the field be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used instead, or as one of the other materials, excuse me. If this card is normal or special summon, so this one triggers on special too, Q only triggers on normal. If this is normal or special summon, you can add a Kewl Tune from your deck or graveyard to your hand except a level 2 monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Okay. Then we have Kewl Tune Rico. If this card in the field will be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used instead. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Kewl Tune from your deck or graveyard to your hand except a level 3. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target a spell and trap your opponent controls, destroy it. And the last main deck monster we have is Kewl Tune Clip. This is a level 2. So Kewl Tune Clip's a little bit different. It does have that same first effect, letting you use a card in your hand as synchro material. But the middle effect is not really a starter effect. So Clip says, during your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one tuner. So it doesn't have to use itself as synchro material, by the way. But obviously, if it's the only thing on your board, then you have to. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can banish 1 random card from your opponent's extra deck, face down. So the deck's pretty cool. You have access to a lot of starters, some engine, some non-engine ones, which I will go over in a bit. Then we have 2 Kewl Tune spells. Kewl Tune Synchro. Quick play spell, add a Kewl Tune card from your deck to your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon 1 tuner, so it's optional. For the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you can not special summon except tuners. You can only activate 2 once per turn, so this means if you can use this card twice, which is pretty cool. The next card is Juke Joint Kewl Tune. During your main phase, it's a continuous spell. You can normal summon 1 tuner in addition to your normal summoner set. While you Kewl Tune Loudness War, which is one of the synchros which we're going to go over, gains 3300 attack while your opponent has a tuner in their field or graveyard. Then, the last effect, which is really relevant, you contribute 1 tuner, add to your hand or special summon a Kewl Tune monster from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except tuners. So, pretty solid, high quality cards all around, I'm not going to lie, at least when they do. Then we have a trap card. I'm not going to read it. It's not that bad, but we're not going to read it today. Well, sure, I'll read it, why not? Target a Kewl Tune monster in your field or graveyard, apply these effects in sequence. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn, except tuners. Applies the effect that activates if it's sent to the graveyard as synchro material. Return it to the hand. It's honestly not terrible. There could be a world where you play it, but I don't think the effects when they use the synchro material is that good, but potentially. Then we have a bunch of Kewl Tune synchros. So the first synchro is Kewl Tune Trackmaker. It requires a Kewl Tune tuner plus 1 plus tuners. If this card in the field be used as synchro material, you can 1 tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. You can only use the following effects once per turn. If this card is special summon, you can add a Kewl Tune card from your deck to your hand. So it's like a starter-ish kind of. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can return 1 card your opponent controls to the hand, so non-targeting. Very important. The next card is Kewl Tune Remix. It specifically requires mix, so the level 2. It's level 5. Gains 1500 attack while your opponent has a tuner in their field or graveyard. During your opponent's turn, you can contribute this card, quick effect. take 2 non-tuner or non-synchro tuners from your graveyard, add one of them to your hand, and if you do special summon the other, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one tuner. You do not have to synchro summon with the monsters you add. They could be other guys, so you can like summon one, synchro the other guys, and the one you summon can trigger its effect, which is pretty cool. The next Killer Tune is Killer Tune Red Seal. It requires a Rico, so level 3. Gains 300 attack for each tuner in the graveyard. The levels of monsters your opponent controls with 1700 or less attack are increased by 1. So it's a pretty cool Floodgate versus Yummy, although it doesn't say original attacks. Like, they have minion on the board that'll bypass it. If they like have enough monsters on the board anyway. During the main phase, you can banish one tuner from your graveyard, then target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. So it's like a negate, which is pretty cool. Next card is Loudness War. It's a level 6. Other tuners you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can banish one Killer Tune from your graveyard, apply its effect that activates if it's sent to the graveyard as synchro material. You can only use each effect once per turn. So they have some cool disruption options, some cool starters, etc., etc. Now let's get to the deck list for Killer Tune. So this is my deck list for Killer Tune. It's still a work in progress, low-key, so don't hate on it too much. But yeah. So starting off, we are playing 3 Q, 3 Rico, and 3 Mix. These are your 1-card starters for the deck. And then we have Killer Tune Synchro, which is also a starter because it literally just says add a Killer Tune card. Then another starter is Synchro Overtake. So if you don't know what Synchro Overtake does, you can reveal a Synchro in your extra deck, choose one of the Synchro materials listed on it, and either add it to your hand or special summon that monster from your deck or graveyard. So Mix is mentioned, Rico is mentioned, so we can summon the level 2, level 3, or 2 here from the deck or graveyard, which is pretty cool. A lot of the cards grab from the graveyard. But yeah, so it can be Bell technically, keep that in mind. So it's another starter, which is really cool. Then play Chain Fool, you can just add a TAM instead. Not that big of a deal. Then we're playing 3 Clip, playing this as a hand trap. You could arguably cut it down to 2, because as a hand trap is not the best. But I'm just playing 3 so I can like high roll my opponent, because this deck low-key needs to do that. And then we're playing 1 Red Nova. So Red Nova is a level 1 fairy tuner. It's fire. Basically, the only relevant effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon that uses 2 or more tuner monsters as material, you can special summon a Fire Fiend from your deck in defense position. So Q, if you remember what Q does, it summons any tuner from the deck. So Q summons Red Nova, you make it level 4, then the Red Nova will summon a Fire Fiend. Guess what? Rico is a Fire Fiend, so it increases your ceiling, and it's not really terrible to draw either because you can just synchro with it in the hand, so pretty cool. There's an argument that you can play 3 of this, but I want more space for non-engine. So yeah. And speaking of non-engine, we have a lot. We have Call By, Super Poly, Fua, Ash, Valor, Bell, Delta, Gamma. Valor has a lot of synergy with the deck, and also I feel like with Dracotail seeing so much play, I feel like it's fine to main deck Valor. Before, I was kind of worried about playing Valor in the main deck, with Yummy Mitsurugi being the most played deck, but now that's not the case, so we were playing Valor in the main deck. Playing a few of each of the synchros. I don't think you need that many for the grind game, but maybe I'm wrong. Then we just like some utility stuff like Typhon, SP, etc. I am playing Super Poly at the moment, so we are playing Super Poly targets. And then there's Visas and Rotaro, which is an option you can use to search a counter trap, Vanadium reframing. I'm not going to get too much into that now. I'm going to release a combo video for the next few days. I'm going to release a combo video, a tech video, all that stuff, so don't worry about that. But yeah, anywho, that's it for my Killer Tune introduction and deck profile. I'm not going to get too in-depth, or I didn't get too in-depth in today's video. Sometime in the next week, I'll make like a combo video going over combos, and I'll make like a tip video as well that really goes in depth. So yeah. Anywho, I hope you enjoy it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Have a great day. Peace. Oh yeah, so I forgot to say in the video, but I don't think the deck is good. Killer Tune, unfortunately, I think it has too many flaws. It just feels like it doesn't do enough, and I think we're really missing more support, specifically a level 1 Killer Tune monster, and like another like avenue to like continue your plays, do more with like less resources. But I think once we get that, the deck is like pretty chill. Like the deck, if you look at the deck, you can play a ton of non-engine. Like you have enough quote-unquote starters. Consistency is fine. And some of the cards read good, but just not good enough. Also, this format, like, it's kind of easy for some of the decks to go into your board. But yeah, that's pretty much it.